Hey, yo, big man!
Welcome back here for another video, and today we are checking out something comments actually recommended to me. It's called Nick, I don't know how to say his last name, Nittoli. It sounds like an Italian name. He looks like an Italian guy. And it's called Place for Us. And it's supposed to be like something like around like heaven and like hell related, I guess. So, I figured if it's something that actually is gonna make me think a little bit, why not go ahead and check it out. So bada bing, bada boom, ba ba. Let's get right into this.
Big man.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm already fucking with like the whole just vibe. I like the vocals. Like, yay. Okay, I'm not gonna get too into it. I'm already being a nerd. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I know we're all thinking about the same things. We're probably not going to the same place. I know we're not supposed to talk about it, but I can't help but wonder if, if heaven and earth's got a place for us.
So yeah, as I inferred also from the comments, there was a comment like that explained the general idea. He's talking about like just going back and forth, heaven and hell.
I wonder if God made a space for us. I wonder where we're really going after this. If heaven and earth's got a place for us.
You know, so recently, this may sound kind of, maybe stupid, but, you know, I bounce back and forth with my faith quite a lot, and I mean that as in, like, I would say I'm, like, 75% Christian, and the other time I'm agnostic. I believe, like, there's, like, a higher power, but it's not specifically doing anything for good reasons or bad reasons. It's just doing things, and it's your job to just not be a dick in the long run, which is also maybe just another comforting thought I like to think. But something that really made me, I guess, bump back up more into Christianity recently was, like I said, it's gonna sound stupid, but I went and I saw the third Conjuring movie. And when I went into it, I was not really thinking about it because, oh, it's a horror movie. It's fake and all of that. But what my little sister reminded me when we went there, which made me much more just scared, freaked out in general, was The Conjuring is all based on true events that actually have happened and have been documented. They've had documented exorcisms and things like that. And you know, if something like demons can exist, then that has to infer that there's an opposite and a good side. But then it gets even more confusing because with how like bad things and good things happen in the world, it's either God is not all powerful and still can let bad things happen, or he's just kind of messed up in the head and lets things happen in a bad way. And that's why I kind of like going the agnostic route, because that kind of like clears my brain, because it's like it's just hard to explain. I don't know. It's a religious thing that I have to go battle myself in my own head and come to my own conclusions on all the time.
I would be lying if I said I never thought about dying, if I said I never questioned the science. I know there's answers that they're not providing. They say if I go, I go, but my soul is surviving. Where does it go? Like, where's it residing? People I love.
Nobody has a clear answer to that.
Are we reuniting? People I hate, are they uninvited? This is confusing, but it's enticing. Rivers of Egypt, there's more than denial.
What he just said there, that's another big thing for me. The people I hate, where are they gonna reside in? I don't think anyone should hate anyone, because like just in general it's not a good feeling to have, and I don't think anyone should be deserved the level of just everyone hates them. And so in my mind, like, yeah, I really dislike people, but I believe that, and like I'll disconnect myself from those people, but in the long run when I'm thinking about it, yeah, I may never talk to those people again, but they still have their own chances to improve. I would just rather not have them in my life, because I don't want to open that chance up again with said persons, you know?
Maybe the truth is so bad that they hide it, cover it up with a cross and a Bible. I just keep thinking, where the fuck do I go? Do we rise up or do we stay idle? When is the judgment? Who's at the trial? Do we meet Jesus and all his disciples? Is there a pathway or just a spiral? Is there a test, like what's on the final? Do we keep names or get a new title? Do we get wings like Clarence or Michael? What about some of us who suicidal?
Yeah, I don't like all what he said there. It's just questions that we can't get the answer to until we actually like come to like dying and stuff. I mean, it like sucks, but that's just how it is.
Get a new title. Do we get wings like Clarence or Michael? What about some of us who suicidal? Are we rejected upon arrival? Do we
You know, I've always thought about that. I don't think that suicide means that you're going to hell. Personally, I just can't believe that. One of my friends earlier, in the halfway through 2020, he had ended up killing himself, and I just can't think of a kind soul like him just going up to heaven and going up to those pearly gates and God looking at this troubled soul who was struggling for whatever reason and just saying, you know what, for that, I'm going to banish you and make you burn forever. Like, wasn't said person already living through hell? That would just make it more fucked up if someone killed themselves and God sent them to hell. Like, I don't know, and I also believe that it is dependent on circumstance as well. Like, if someone just offs themselves just for, not attention, because you can't do that for attention. Like, it's a weird gray line, but as I said, or as I just stated, I don't believe in the idea of just, if someone kills themselves, they get fucking just burned forever. I can't believe that.
We get chances. Is there a cycle? Is there a phone book? Who would we dial? Is this forever? Are we a lifer? Is it just heaven? There's nothing that's higher? Is there a line? Like, where do we sign in? And I'm just asking as an outsider.
I know we're all thinking about the same things. We're probably not going to the same place. I know we're not supposed to talk about it, but I can't help but wonder if heaven and earth's got a place for us. I wonder if God made a space for us.
And may I say, though, actually, just as him as a music artist, most of the time when you go to listen to, like, modernized Christian rap music, it is very unattractive to the ear because it's just kind of a lot of Christian people, they mean well when they try to do this sort of thing. It just, the delivery just never is really that great, and that's why I think, like, the classic, like, Christian, like, rock music works better. But this guy has seemed to got it on lock. I'm really actually enjoying the song.
I wonder where we're really going after this. If heaven and earth's got a place for us.
And I'm just talking, you could just listen. Trying to separate fact from the fiction. Is there a door charge? What's the admission? Not trying to piss off all of the Christians. Heaven and hell, they seem like divisions. Same corporations, who's the official? What did they do to get their positions? Who makes the calls? Like, who makes decisions?
That's what I was saying. You know, like who's making the decisions for bad things to happen? Why would God give Satan that control, you know? And if he's supposed to be all powerful, why couldn't he take that away? You know, and that's once again when I come back to the whole agnostic thought. But then I also have the knowledge of demons and exorcisms and things like that existing, and it's just like, it doesn't make sense.
Had to be more than just study religions. Wonder if angels still get their commission. Wonder if all of my sins are forgiven. Wonder if Jesus still gets recognition. What is the scene I'm trying to envision? Where are the ladies? What about the witches? Do you have Satan up for a visit, or do you keep him down at a distance? What's our new purpose? What is the mission? Is there a jail? Who's working the prisons? Is there a training for the transition? They say the devil's one hell of a fucking musician, so grab the guitars and let's have competitions. The red versus the blue, cause clearly we gripping. Still on some.
Yo, Tenacious D, Jack Black, he fought the devil in a guitar battle. I'm just saying, and he won.
Still got divisions, thought we'd know better, but I must be tripping. I got some questions that turn to suspicion, and I'm just scared that I'll pull off the greatest trick ever and I'll disappear and act like I'm a fucking magician. This story sounds bogus as fuck.
Yo, bars.
Like, who are you kidding? I think we just waved goodbye like good riddance. I think that nobody really gon' miss me, and I'm just asking, hope God can forgive me.
I know we're all thinking about the same things. We're probably not going to the same place. I know we're not supposed to talk about it, but I can't help but wonder if heaven and earth's got a place for us. I wonder if...
Yeah, you know, and also, like, the idea of heaven is cool, but, like, you gotta think about it. This is where, like, also, like, other ideas in my head come in. I get it, heaven, prosperity, perfectness for all of eternity after your life. But wouldn't that get boring after a while? Like, cause, like, what gives, like, doing things meaning is the bad things in life. Those things project us forward to try to do good in the world. I'm not saying it wouldn't be nice to live in a perfect paradise for all of eternity. I mean, sure, like, in theory, that sounds like, I think, a cool idea. But then, how many times can you just sit up there and do whatever you want all the time. All the time. There's just some disconnect there. It doesn't make, my brain physically cannot wrap my mind around it. Like, that's when I would think, like, reincarnation would come into play, and, like, essentially, like, the recycling of souls, I guess, if that makes sense. Because if I'm going to heaven, which I hope I do, I wanna spend some time up there. I wanna see my family and everyone, all of my friends. But then at one point, it's the same thing all the time. Here's a good metaphor. If you have heard of the movie where Elmo, the guy from Sesame Street, he wishes for Christmas every single day, correct? And that's what he gets in the movie. I know it's stupid, I'm talking about Sesame Street, just hold on, I got a point here. After Elmo lives Christmas for like, I don't remember the exact amount of time, probably for like a month or 2 months, Elmo starts to realize that maybe having more to life than just getting whatever you want every single day isn't the best thing for you. And that's one of my issues, that's just another thought process of like, can it really be forever?
If God made a space for us, I wonder where we're really going after this. If heaven and earth's got a place for us.
Well, that was placed for us by Nicky Nit. That's what I'm gonna call him, because I don't want to say his last name wrong. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. But yeah, no, I'm actually really glad someone suggested this. I like songs that make you think, and make the gears in your brain work. And this one was definitely one of those. And like, you can't like put a finger. You can't anything. You can't know what's gonna happen until it happens, and that's what sucks about life in general. Because I guarantee you, like, atheists, right, and people that don't believe in God, all of them still know the golden rule of you can ask for forgiveness at any time. So, and like God will forgive you for all your sins, and it makes sense to a degree. But like, if you don't believe in God, your entire life you think just magic beard guy up in the sky, but also at the same time you live a good life. You do your best to help people out in everything. You're like a great citizen, right? And just because you didn't believe in this outlandish tale of the guy with the magic beard in the sky, is that really enough to damn a person to hell? I don't know. I just don't know. But if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like and a subscribe. Thank you guys for recommending me this. I actually ended up liking it a lot more than I thought I would. And wait for it. Thumbnail moment. That's what that was. Alright? And also, one last thing, just as a joke, in a joking way in general. If that woman's hips are actually that large, well, that's just a miracle from God in general. But yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Big man.